Hello! How's everybody doing? Welcome in, everybody. So, Modded, what's up? How's it going? MBG, welcome. Ace. Sassy Spider. That's crazy. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Hope you're all doing good. Yeah, sorry for such a long wait for the stream to get started. I was having tummy troubles. I was in Pain Town or whatever. But we're good now. Hey! Thank you, MBG. Hold on, let's get a... Thank you for the resub, MBG. I appreciate it. That's epic. Yeah, I'm doing good, other than the pain. I've been just working on Starground stuff. I do have some things to show off. I've been working on one thing that's been really awful. It's been a pain to get working, but I'll show you what that is. We're gonna keep working on that today, though. It's, well, you guys know what it is. It's inverse kinematics. It's freaking hard. But yeah. So Sebastian, what's up? Welcome in. So yeah. Hopefully modding has been going well. I've been trying to keep up with that and like make all the changes you guys want. But yeah, it's hard though, you know, because it's always the balance between working on the game and working on modding stuff. Obviously modding is the game, but you know, it's like because I really need to get things ready for V9 because that's up in like 6 days or something. So it's like, yeah, I don't have very much longer. Yeah, I do appreciate it. Keep all the, you know, requests coming because I, you know, that's what the GitHub's for, right? Yeah, I'll probably be putting up another update either later tonight or tomorrow for new modding stuff, so. But yeah, anyways, let's just go into it. Lava Dungeon, I'd like to do it soon. It's just, man, dungeons are a whole load of work. But I've got the generation set up way better now to where I can generate different kinds of dungeons, right? Because that's what I'm already doing with the second level. So it'll be here someday. There's a lot of other ideas that are floating around right now for dungeons. One that would be kind of epic with Halloween is like a graveyard, you know? And I'm kind of like, man, that would be cool, wouldn't it? To have like a whole dungeon for like a Halloween update. So, you know, maybe that, who knows? We'll see. But this is what I've been working on. These stupid freaking legs. Hate these. It's been a pain. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, let me load up the game. I just have this little creature in the main level. Man, it's hard. Inverse kinematics is a hard thing to control. And just looking right, like, it would be totally easy if this was like a side scroller, you know, where I could like just move the leg side to side, but this is a whole different beast because it's like top down. So getting the perspective to look right is really difficult. With ghosts that drop something like you make transparent spooky conveyor belts, maybe. That'd be cool. So this is what it's doing right now. I need to flip some of these legs around, which we will do. As you can see, it's just not grabbing the right target. I don't know what it's doing. So it should be global position plus, yeah, that. Let's see here. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, it's been a pain trying to get these freaking legs working, because they just don't behave, you know? Yeah, actually, let's say not moved her. I'm gonna say parent.velocity. Let's try that. What I'm trying to... I just want these to work, but... What now? Oh. Let's move these out of the main sprite. Is there a reason for keyboard to run the force submit within the send message box? I can go check on that. There probably is a reason for that. It might have to do with controller stuff. So let me go check on that in a minute. Yeah, it's like a spider guy right now. But we can use this for a bunch of other things, right? Like, if I can get this working and behaving properly, we can do spiders, but we can also just do, like, legs that, like, move around and find a spot to like, put down, right? So we can just do cool stuff. You see, it's like, kind of working, right? Where it'll, like... It's tricky. Inverse kinematics kind of suck. So we need that one to be unflipped and that one to be unflipped, I think. Just trying to get these in the right orientation. Yeah, that's not terrible, right? I mean, like, you can see the vibe, how it, like, walks toward you. It's just all the other stuff that I have to figure out to get working. And it's really hard. Because there's, like, weird, like, it'll just, like, do that, you know, and stuff. Like, totally freak out. And then sometimes it just does that, where, like, the legs will just go to the side. So I gotta figure that out. I also need to figure out how I can make the legs alternate. Because right now, obviously, they're just... like, all going at the same time, which looks weird. So... I just need to figure it out. It's really hard, though. I mean, like, you know, I've been messing with this for a long time now. I know you guys only see, like, the refinement of it, but this has been a hassle. Just trying to get this working properly. And see, sometimes it just does that. Right? And that's just, not correct. So I think I have to limit that to 30. So there was one thing, yeah, I was messing with this using a rect. So I could say or rect.hasPoint. But I don't know, that seemed to be causing its own issues also. See, and then it just does, like, it just breaks. Right. So the problem right now is that the legs will, like... Okay, the best way to show this off, let's just open up a thing in here. So this is how, like, it's set up in here. What'll happen is that, like, okay, here's our body, right? A leg will, like... So it'll be out like that. But then as this body moves, now this point is, like, in the center of the body or past it, like this. And so you get, like, a case where a leg will just be, like that, like, overlapping, and it looks really bad. So I want some way of, like, making that leg take another step when it's overlapping like this. But so far, that's been extremely difficult to get working. So. But yeah. Oh, what's wrong with it other than, like, having stagger between the legs? Yeah, well, that kind of stuff is just the weird little edge cases of where it doesn't work right. I mean, it's kind of, like, pretty much there, you know? It's not terrible. But it is a little funny. And you can see the legs keep snapping to the right randomly sometimes. Oh, it's stuck on a rock. And it's just, it's weird, you know? Of course it is like a spider type of thing, so it's not the worst thing ever if it like steps oddly, right? But I would like it to be a little bit better than that. Sometimes though, one issue that I've been running into is occasionally the legs will just disappear. They just go bye-bye and then the legs are gone. And that's kind of one issue that I've been really struggling with, because I have to restart the game until it fixes itself. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I don't know how to fix that, but there's probably a way somehow. So we gotta get the right distance, because like, I want it to fully extend, but then it just gets stuck in a loop of fully extending because it's straight, and so it keeps doing it over and over. Right, this is my dilemma right now. I mean, 30 does work because that's the length of the legs, and so it works most of the time, but occasionally you get a spot where it fully extends and then gets like weirdly stuck. Maybe that's just because it's a full 39 or 30. Maybe I do 29. That's better? So if I could just get this working where it'll reset when it goes across the body, that would honestly fix my problems, right? Yeah, it's just a... Oh, man, it freaking sucks, dude. It's just been awful trying to get working. I've had to follow a tutorial for this, but the problem is the tutorial's super old, and so there's all these issues with it. Yeah. I didn't know it was gonna be this difficult. Also, you said, well, I rotate the spider. I don't know if I'll rotate it. Maybe I could. What I could do is just rotate the body, but keep the legs in the same spot, you know what I mean? Or something, I don't know. I'll see what I can do with that. But first, I just got to get the legs working and stop being stupid. Get this whole setup. Yeah, like if this is what my goal is, if I can get this working for just this guy, we can use these legs wherever we want, right? So we could have a little tree of wisdom guy with his roots, and he follows you, right? That would be pretty cool. But yeah, I just got to figure out how to make it not stupid right now. It's like what I have to do is check for the minimum distance thing. Like this, I just have to say... Like maybe I do break? Or let's just return. I'm just trying different things, right? There is this, yeah, minimum distance thing. Probably gonna have to restart now, or at least reload the save. Oh yeah, it's been so maybe that's better. It prevents the legs from doing the weird freaking out, right? Where it'll like go back and do crazy stuff. So like it'll stop there. What I need to do is just force it to redo it, right? Update IK. Like this. Like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's try it. Oh. Crash? It's because it gets stuck in an infinite loop, right? That's the problem. So I think what I need to say in here is that, like, you know, min hit equals true or something. And then up here I can add a new variable. Then here, if straight or min hit. And then min hit equals false, and then it does it again. I don't know if that's going to do it. Right, but we can try. I'm just going to remove all this other garbage I'm not using anymore. Yeah, this rectangle doesn't seem to be working either. I don't know how to get that working. So we're going to have to keep figuring that one out. Animate every leg. No, no, no. That is that would suck. I'm not gonna do that. Hope this works. Yeah, it's so finicky because you get like all of a sudden the game decides to crash, and you know, this is crazy. And this is my problem. This is the problem I was running into. The legs will just disappear. Just gone. I don't know why. But it's really annoying. Because I can't test anything if the legs don't exist. You know? So it's like, what do I do then? I wonder if somewhere in here this is like getting evaluated to 0 or something, right? I'm gonna print what offset is. Because maybe... I'm wondering if this is like... I don't know. Okay, if it's 0... So it's 0 divided by 0, right? I think that's the problem. I think that's what's happening, and that it's just going to infinity. So... You can divide 0 by 1. So maybe we just say clamp F on this and say the minimum is 1, right? And maybe that'll fix that issue. Because it seems like it only happens when I have this minimum distance variable. And minimum distance is just saying, like, what's the distance of curve that you can do? So, like, with minimum distance, say this is our leg. I'll do a thicker brush, right? If the minimum distance is 10, then it can't be, like, less than 10 units away from the base. At least that's how I understand it. It's a little weird and complicated, but let's see what this does. I hope this fixes it. Oh. Well, that's better. So what it's doing now is that whenever it hits the minimum distance, it goes again. So it is working. There are some weird cases like this where it'll go like inside, and that's just because I think the target position is like... because like the leg is out here, and so the target position goes there, right? What we want to do is just have it go out a little more, then those legs should be fixed, I think. But we're really close, you know, because this is what I want. I want it to just take these little steps, and then we can alternate which ones take a step. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be some weirdness with this. Maybe we could say, like, if that x is less than that, there's got to be a way I can fix that. See, sometimes it's just a little weird. But we're close, you know, we're getting there. It's just... It's a pain to get this stuff set up. Yeah, it mostly works, just there's some weird cases, like right there where that flips to the inside. You know, because the problem is that those legs will like be like this, and then, but when it's up here, instead of going like that, it'll flip around. Right, which looks a little stupid because it ends up like that. or whatever. That's not how spiders should be. I want the legs to always be like pointed out like that, right? Like that. So I have to figure out how I can fix that. What I'm thinking is that if target position is like too big, because here, if I flip this right now, you'll see how that fixes it. So see what I just did? So now it's fixed, right? So I just need to check for that, I think. Let's go do that. So let's see here. In process, I'm just gonna check something in here. So we're gonna say if target position. Okay, so first off, if flipped. So like this one by default. Okay, so if not flipped, if target position is greater than global position, then we can do our stuff. I do have to check where I use... Okay, that's the only spot where I use flipped. I'm just going to use orientation instead. So if it's greater than that, we're going to say orientation equals true. Right, else orientation equals false. So I'm hoping that'll fix it. Kind of. It's better. I just had to do it for the other legs, right? Because sometimes the other legs, as you can see right now, are broken and flipped. So then I just have to say else, so if we are flipped, then we just do the opposite. So we say if it's less than global position. And I think that's kind of doing what I want. Of course, there are some cases where it does some weird stuff, like right there. But it's better. Actually, I think this one needs to be inverse, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. Yeah, I was mistaken. Okay, but I think this is the closest I've ever been. So, it's not bad, you know. It'll still do some weird, funny stuff occasionally. Like there, that shouldn't be like that. I don't know why. On the left, it's fine, but on the right side, it's the wrong way. So let's see if we can figure that out. So it should be not flipped on the other leg. Oh, I guess it's because I'm also not taking into account probably vertical distance. Okay, let's see. So this one is flipped by default. So it is flipped. We're saying if target position... Yeah, that should be inverse. Because if I set this to false and then this to true, that should be correct there. Right, so that fixes that orientation. But then it breaks others. It's very weird. Right, because here, like, it's going the wrong way. Or, like, down, especially. It's a spider. Well, not really a spider, because it only has 4 legs, not 8, but you get the idea. But yeah, it's just a little, it's a little weird. It's See, like there it'll go. See, like there it's inverse for some reason, but then it looks like it just fixed itself. Yeah, this is really difficult, guys. It's just, it's so close, but it's not at the same time, you know? I mean, I think this is the closest, you know, that we've gotten, but... Okay, well, this might be what we get, right? I mean, it does kind of work. It is jank, but spiders are kind of jank anyways, right? It works great going down. Never mind. Oh, man. Well, let's see if we can get this turned into a real entity. I don't know what I want this guy to look like, right? I've been trying to think of... Oh, I'm becoming loud, yeah. I've been trying to think of ideas for this. Right. Okay, the two ideas that I'm thinking of right now is mouth in the center. Or like some kind of mouth like that, and then it's got like teeth in here. Right. So that's one option. Smiley face. Yeah. God. I don't know. It's so hard to create creatures, you know. I mean, we could go full spider route. Okay, I'm gonna give a warning right now. I'm about to show a spider on stream. If you don't like spiders, look away. Okay? You've been warned. Okay. Because I have to look at what spiders look like, you know. It's okay, I warned everybody, we're fine. So spiders have like a main like round segment and then another segment in the back. But ideally I'd like this creature to... Okay, spider is gone. Ideally I'd like this creature to be symmetrical so we don't have to rotate it. But I don't know. Same do the Roblox face. Oh man. That would be like he's got like, you know, that, and then what is it? It's like eyebrows. It's hard to do in pixel art, but yeah, guys, I think this is gonna be the spider for sure. That's the spider, guys. Yeah. I don't call it a spider in game. I call it the crawler, because it's not really going to be a spider necessarily, you know. The guy has like other little lines. It's hard to draw though at this resolution. Whatever, I guess that's the best. Study art for 45 years. I did not study art for 45 years. I am not even half that age. Box. How do we go from box to creature? That's always the dilemma. It would be cool if the like creature was like a diagonal, where like it would face on a diagonal, but it's hard to do that. And also with the leg positioning, it gets complicated, right? Oh, what am I making? I don't know. Good question. I'm just kind of messing around with things. Trying to think of a... I don't know. One idea was like a guy. Right? So he'd be like a little guy with his hands and legs, and he would like crawl around. Instead of it being like a spider. Because what I could do is just create a little hand sprite. Like it could be, I don't know, 8 by 8. And it's just a hand. Right? So that was one idea. It'll just have to be like a weird hand. Cyborg spider? Maybe. But it would be something like this, I guess, and then the legs would just sort of attach to it. Or make an organic creature with just one rotation. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely not easy, right? Maybe we do go diagonal. I think I could set the legs up to work with that, so let's figure out how we could do that. So something like this. Obviously, this is bad. Let's do like a 12 by 12, and I can expand it out. Maybe. I mean, it could be like I don't know why I've been having to do that. I figured out the solution to my mouse stopping is just slam it down. I don't like that I have to do that, but... So yeah, our spider would be like not as it's not a spider. I mean, it's not called a spider. But, I mean, let's be real, it's like a spider, practically. I don't like how the pixels are, you know, when it's like this, but otherwise I feel like the other alternative might be too extreme. I'm just gonna start with boxes so that like we can get like a shape defined, and then we can actually make it not a box, you know what I mean? So yeah. Hey OVR, what's up? Welcome in. So it'll just be something like this to start with. I don't know why that's out, yeah. Yeah, it's not a spider because it has 4 legs. A spider would have 8, so. I don't know why. The only thing I can think of right now is a big nose. You know, just like a nose right here. I don't know why. But we do something like this. Right, just like a nose sticking out. I don't know. No. I could make it have 8, but honestly, I think it could get too crazy for the size of it. I kind of like the idea of it being 4 because it's not really a spider, right? How do we want this to be shaped? It's hard. I mean, we can have it kind of pinched in on the sides, I guess, like... It can be shaped kind of like a spider, but not really, you know? Put eyes on the side? Like eyes over here, like... Maybe. Yeah, over here I'm working on an enemy with inverse kinematic legs, so basically it's like spider legs. It's really hard though to figure out. Right now I'm just kind of designing the actual enemy sprite, because I haven't done that yet. This is a weird shape, it's like an hourglass. I don't know if this is what I'd want. Maybe the front can be more spherical. You know? I don't know what this thing is. But it doesn't have to be a real thing. It's like an alien, right? Because it's on a different planet. We could have eyes there. Or I kind of want the eyes to be like that. Or something. Yeah, our glass doors. Maybe the eyes are just white, so you can see them in the darkness. But I want it to be scary. So I'm having the other aspect of Starground. Not entirely. I don't know when or if that other aspect of Starground will arrive. That's up to Dylan. No. Maybe it'll have a big scary mouth. Maybe it'll have big lips. You know, like that emoji combo where you do the lips and then the eyes on either side. No. It needs to be scary. I think giving it eyes almost like humanizes it. I don't know. Maybe it should have like maybe. So the whole idea with this creature is that it's going to be in complete darkness, right? So you won't actually see like the body very well. Like you kind of can, but it's going to be it's going to run away if it ever gets like light shined onto it. That's what I'm thinking at least, right? So it doesn't have to look super like cool. Yeah, it'll be an enemy. It might be more of a passive enemy. We'll see. I'm not really sure yet. But we can also use the same tech for non-enemies, like livestock. Does the red eye make it more evil? Maybe it'll have a big scary smile. Maybe that'll be the creature. Yeah, I don't know what this thing is yet. I'm as clueless as you guys are. I'm still kind of figuring that out. So, okay, what I could do is have the legs be in like a cross formation or whatever now. So we have a leg here, a leg here, a leg here, and a leg back here. All right, so it'll be more of a diagonal. But I don't know, that's just an idea. Maybe it'll be like a frog. Maybe it'll have like a, you know, like the things that go above the eyes. BattleBot, yeah. That looks terrible. It's so hard to draw stuff in this 45-degree perspective, you know? No, that just looks dumb. We'll just maybe do this for now. And then let's see what we can cook up, right? I believe that this needs to be brought out a little more. It's like a blue sponge. That's fair. That's fair. Not wrong. Here, let's do... And then I'm just gonna move the mouth over and stuff. Shut up, male. I gotta get that out of here, man. looks right like that though, but I guess that works. Maybe it has, oh yeah. Hear me out. Nah, I don't know. This is just messing around. This isn't final, of course. But I'm just kind of, I want to explore a different idea of what the body could be like. Right. So let's move these into position. So we'll do it at minus... So that'll just be at 0. Leg 2 will be at 0. Start at like 8. Minus 10, and then where's the other leg? Doesn't matter which legs these are, you know. And then we have to change the depth ordering. So leg 4 and leg 2 will be in front. So kind of like that. And then I'm just going to flip the orientation of the body depending on where the target is. So I'm just going to say if, or well, I'll just say sprite.flip h is equal to, can I do sine? I don't remember how sine works. Let me research some sine. -1 for negative values. Yeah, so we just want to do sine velocity.x, and that should work. Well, wait, -1 is not bool. Never mind. Doesn't work. His legs looks like a futuristic evil Roomba, yeah. Let's just say if velocity x is greater than 0. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of all this other garbage in here that never worked. It just was a disaster. Okay. So let's see what this looks like. It's probably gonna be weird. The body's missing, as you can see. Okay. And I'll make the legs a different color, but right now it's just easy to see when they're white, so that I can make sure they're doing it, moving properly, so, yeah. Like a pet that has epic effects on you. Yeah, that'd be cool. I do want to add pets. I mean, this is partially the kinematics for the legs is for pets. Of course, it's for this guy first, but I have a lot of plans on where I want to use these, if I can just get them working right. So, let's see what this does. It's pretty atrocious. Oh, the legs need to flip their depth, don't they? Because the problem is that when he flips, right there, so like that leg needs to be in front and that one needs to be behind. So it's a little messed up. So I'm just gonna say this. So if we're not flipping, keep it. If we are flipping, I'm gonna say leg dot z or depth or whatever ordering. Z index is equal to -1, and this one, leg 4, is equal to 1. And then otherwise, they're just both equal to 0. Let's try that. That doesn't seem to be working or doing anything. I don't know why. Because it should be working. Leg 4 Z index becomes -1. Oh. I did it inverse, didn't I? Leg 4 needs to be -1. Let's try that. It's a little silly. But maybe? I don't know. This is jank. You can see the problem with the legs now and like what I mean, right? It's definitely not right. Like that orientation works. It looks normal. That orientation, completely broken. Yeah, it's very difficult. Maybe I just get rid of all this business. Just say orientation is equal to flipped. But that still doesn't really fix anything, does it? Because when we're going up, that's where the problems occur, right? Down works, so that looks normal and that looks normal. But it's the going up is where it all breaks apart. That business, right? And it's very annoying. Maybe what I do is flip the orientation just for going up. Right? So, okay, let's see what that would be like. If I flipped that, that would look better. I think. I know you guys can't see it, because I'm just kind of messing with stuff. I don't know. It's really hard. It just doesn't work right. And it sucks. It's really annoying. I don't know how to fix it, you know, how to make it look right. I mean, I can flip the orientation. I don't know if that's gonna fix it, though. So if target position is greater than target position dot y. Did I not specify x before? That could have been part of our problem. Can't believe I did that. Or let's see if it's less than that. Then it'll be opposite of flipped. So that's how it looks like that. Doesn't look good. Wish I could just get it working like that. I guess the problem is that just where the legs are going, right? Because you can't have this leg go... Like, there has to be a limit to where the legs are allowed to go, I guess. Like, here, we can mess with this, I think. Well, it's not that easy, too. Okay, but if this was down below there, then it would flip to the right orientation. Hmm. God, so hard. It's one of the most stupid, hard things I've ever done in Starground now. It just does not work. Get out of here, bots. So I guess we really don't want the legs to ever flip, because obviously that just looks stupid. Right? So let's not have that happen. I mean, maybe we could try the X flipping again. I don't know if that's gonna fix our issue. It's totally broken when it goes up. I wish I could just get it working like that, you know? I don't know. I mean, maybe what I need to do is have, like, regions for each leg of where they can be placed down. Gets complicated, but... I think if I do a collision box? Or something like that. Then I think I can check for if a position is inside of it. Maybe. No, that doesn't work. How would I do it? I mean, I can just define, like, a region with coordinates, I guess. Here, just to test right now. Just so I can drag these around and see what works here. Oh, right. It doesn't work because I need whatever. At one point I was messing around with this return point variable. And it kind of helped and fixed some things, but other things it just ruined. Basically, it would be like a default spot that the leg should return to. But it just doesn't really work. So, like, oh man, it's fine up to a point on the vertical axis. It's like right here. So what is causing it to break? I mean, really, those ones should be flipped, right? Oh, okay, so I see part of our problem, I think. It's definitely difficult. Let me slow down this creature real quick, like really slow, so I can just slowly watch these legs. So, okay, going to the right when I'm above, or when the target's above, it seems like it's actually okay. But it's going to the left is when those need to be flipped. Yeah. Yeah, it's because it's not moving fast enough, but it's fine. I'm just like checking for the orientation of these legs, you know? Okay, well, I think I see what I need to flip, right? It's these two need to be flipped when moving left. So let's try that. So those are those two. I guess I'm gonna have to have another variable that's like var bottom or something. So bottom will be true on those ones. See, like it does that. That's just wrong. So it's if the target position... Okay, so there's two things. If target position is above the global position and we're moving left. So we're going to say if bottom, if target position dot, let's see. Also, what happens if they go past the target position, right? So yeah, if target position dot y is less than global position dot y, and target pause dot x is less than global position dot x, then we're gonna say orientation is opposite of flipped. So let's see what that looks like. So there it won't really matter. Maybe that will break. Does it change which leg it is depending on... So you see down it's totally fine. But that actually needs to be swapped, I feel like. There. See, it's right here when it's supposed to flip. I think I flipped the wrong legs. I think that's why it's a little weird. Yeah. That one should not be marked as bottom. It should be that one and leg. And then when we're moving over here and above, the legs go up like that, see? Now I still have to fix it for this orientation because it's the same with the other legs. I need to do the inverse. So otherwise, if we're not bottom, if target.y is less and the x is greater, then we flip them. See, so it'll do that now when we're going up, which will look better. And then it'll go to that orientation when we're down. So I think that's what we want. Let's speed the crawler back up now to normal speed. Right, so that looks like that. And then going up, it's not perfect, definitely, but it's better, right? It doesn't look as broken now. I think now going up just seems to be a matter of depth ordering, right? But that's definitely way better. So I want it to be flipped a different way going up. No. Okay, well, we're maybe getting there. I don't know, this is a pain though. At a certain point, I'm just gonna have to be like, that's good enough. I feel like we're getting to that point slowly but surely. Let's also go ahead and just for fun change this to a sprite now and do a hand. I just want to see what this would look like if it was a hand. Next update, tool that allows you, yeah, to add or remove lamp plots. I do want to do that. I just have to think more about performance concerns though, because that's the problem. It's super easy right now because I can, wrong hand. Where is it? Crawler hand. It's gonna look really stupid. Yeah, give me 1 second, I'll show you what I mean by that. Yeah, it's not gonna update. Let's restart. So, how it is right now with multiplayer, that's the concern, right? Basically, you send over, like, okay. Oh my god, don't save, undo. You know, hey, here's the seed. 2, 1, 3, 4, whatever. And then the client over here is like, okay, epic. Here's the world, right? And I know that it'll be the exact same world as the world over here. You know, whatever, we'll try to redraw it. Like, I know it'll be the same world because it has the same seed. The problem, though, is then if we add a modifiable terrain, I have to transmit that new data. So say somebody on their save has filled in all of this land. I have to send over info about all of these tiles in here. And that could, for a big world, be lots of tiles, right? That could potentially be, you know, 20,000 tiles, easy. And so that's the problem, is I can't just like be like, here's an array that's 20,000 vectors, because that would, the packet would be too big to send on multiplayer. So I had to figure out a different way to do that. There are ways that I can compress the data in here, where basically I can say, okay, well, I know this corner and this corner, like this is a square right here. And so I just send over 2 instead of every single coordinate in here. And that would be way better for sure. But then the problem is actually creating an algorithm to calculate whether something is a square or not. And that in and of itself might propose a massive performance issue. So it's hard. The other solution is that I just send a bunch of tiny packets, which is what I've done in the past for some things. Where I could just send this a packet for every single individual tile over 20,000 times, right? And it would take a minute for those tiles to update, but at least it wouldn't kill the network trying to send a 20,000K packet. I would just send a bunch of tiny ones over. So, I mean, that's another option. I don't know. It's really hard and complicated. And then also, it's the same issue with loading the game. Like, how do I load all these tiles in without the game taking 50 million years to create the tiles on the network or on the map, right? So that's the other problem. There's a lot of issues. It's seems like it might be just a simple little thing, just like change the tile set, but it's all the other things that come with that. How do I save the data? How do I sync it on multiplayer? Yeah, it's a lot. 3D meshing, marching cubes. Yeah, I don't know much about those algorithms. It's probably marching cubes or something like that. Well, this is for 3D though. It would be way simpler with 2D. Yeah, I have no idea. I think it is greedy meshing is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, like being able to convert things, yeah, into chunks instead of like this. This is the exact same concept, right? It's greedy meshing, but with just coordinates instead of geometry, right? So it's basically like, how can I check if something is a square or not? I'm sure it's probably not the super difficult to do that. But it is different with coordinates versus a mesh, right? Because I think a lot of gritty meshing would do stuff like this. And so it has to be more like this. Because I still have to have corner points, and everything has to be a rectangle or square. I can't do like weird diagonals, because that just won't work. Yeah, it would just be on 2D. I mean, I'm sure there is a way to do it. Right, people have done this before, but it's just, yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. Oh, it's just, there's so many things I gotta do. I gotta work on modding stuff. I gotta add all the dungeon content and this stupid spider guy with his dumb legs that don't work. It's just, it's really hard to like say, I'm gonna spend 3 days working on this greedy meshing, because 3 days is a lot of time. A lot of time I could be spent doing other things, right? And so it's really difficult to justify the time spent for stuff like this. I mean, if I find a really nice one, like this looks pretty good, but it's the matter of actually implementing this kind of thing into Godot and stuff, you know? If I could find a really easy way to do it in 2D where I can compress the number of coordinates I need, that would help a lot. But even though that would help, there are still cases where the problem remains. So what if you have a bunch of little tiny tiles, and like thousands of these, right? Obviously this is a very rare case, but it could happen. I can't do any greedy meshing on this. I still have to send over a packet for every single one of these anyways, right? So that's the problem. It's really it's a dense problem. But yeah, I want to get there one day. I'm not saying no for sure, because I want it too, but yeah, it's to do it in a way to where it doesn't lag super bad. This is pretty hard actually. So, well, yeah, I mean, you could do chunking, but chunking is a whole nother thing. Also, this is what he's like with his hands. That's kind of fun. If I just changed the arm a little bit, maybe it could work. So it's using that. Set his legs to like, let's do the same color. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. It's just, it can be, you know, a lot of people will come in and just say, it's easy, just do this and you're fine. But it's not just a super easy like change that I can make in 5 seconds, because I'm also balancing the entire creation of Starground. I'm the only one programming, I'm the only one doing the art and stuff, right? So it's like, sure, if that was the only thing I was doing, then yeah, it'd be just a quick little easy change, but it's never like that, right? So, and I'm not trying to like, what's the word? Like make up excuses. But that's just the truth. Let's see, this needs to be moved a little bit. Actually, let's change this back to a regular node 2D. And then let's add a sprite. So Google Krishna, what's up? Welcome in. Just like, actually, let's set an offset. Just like that. This might look okay. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be kind of funny. He's got these big hands. I would love to add an outline to these. I don't know if that's possible. Okay, it is. With the border. But question is, how do I actually do it? Right. Is that just like the straight up border? Like, how does this work? There's fill. Round precision. Okay. So I don't think it's actually that easy to do an outline. I could do a shader on these maybe for an outline. But, I don't know. Closed. Width. I mean, there's a fill color. Yeah. I might just have to work like that. At least for now. So, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. It is kind of funny with hands. I'm not completely opposed to the idea of doing hands, you know? Maybe we could make the arms a little thicker. Or whatever they are. Now he just looks buff. I don't know why. You know? If I can get them alternating on you at night, good. That's what I want. Let's see if we can get this alternating working. Yeah. So let's go back to the crawler. So right now they will move whenever one of these conditions are true. So whether the minimum has been hit or it's straight. So I could change that behavior. Let me just think. What is my min set to? That can actually be way less. I think that can be 5. Let me see what that change just did, if it even applies in here. So sometimes like the legs will take longer to move, which I think is good. So I notice these are always perfectly in sync, right? Always. I haven't seen a time when one leg moves and the other one doesn't. And so maybe to offset the legs, we just change their initial position, right? So like we could just say, oh, I don't know. Well, all these have a default target position, which is just gonna be return point, but that's 0. So what if we did this? So the default target position will be like dynamic. So here, we'll just say it's vector 2.0 for now, but what we'll do is in ready, we can say if flipped, then we say target position is equal to vector 2, 0, 30. Otherwise, it's 0 minus 30. So they should be at like opposite sides. So let's reload this now. Pretty sure I saved this. doesn't seem to have changed it. I think the problem is that they're both... Let's see. Hey, Jams, what's up? Yeah, I'm doing some IK stuff. It sucks. I hate it, but it's cool, though. Hopefully I can get it working. So those are both false by default. Yeah, we're getting there. I just need to work on, like, alternating, which is hard. Come on, please work. No, it's just always in the same spot. I don't know why it's like that. Alright, so this should print out. Let's just do this. What I'm trying to get set up is so that the legs will alternate, right? Because right now it doesn't really work. I wonder if what I need to do is this. Global position.x and set 1 to 30 and then 1 to just 0. Or just global position.y. Right. Let's try that, maybe? I'm going to restart the game just in case. Because then one will be in its default state, one will be at the end. So it'll go back and the other will go, and then it'll... I don't know, that's what's going on in my head, but we'll see if that actually works. Also, I think the problem was that, yeah, it was set to just 0 and 30. I had to actually take into account the global coordinates. So let's see what this does. Oh? No. I feel like it did it for a second, but then it stopped. Man. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. What did it... Let's see what it printed out initially. Well, that's not what I said at all, right? So those will both be false by default. So it shouldn't run that stuff yet. Yeah. Making a top-down spider is really difficult. Extremely difficult. I wish there was an easier way to do this. See, it always goes in one step. Like all the legs move in one step. So I really thought doing this would have made that work, right? But it doesn't. Initially, I'm just going to print out what target position is. Let's see what happens. How am I flipping between legs in my update loop? Well, the thing is that each leg kind of has its own script. And so the thing that I've noticed, it's extremely consistent, is that the legs will always move at the same time, all of them. So like all of these legs, all of these will move, like it'll all snap from here, and then they'll all move around and snap to here. And so I know that their behavior is consistent, like with the code I have here of it being at straight or minimum. So I know there's got to be a way I can make these alternate with starting positions. Because say I have it set up to where this leg's like this, and then these other legs are at the starting position or whatever. It'll move away, those legs will move, and then those will stay there. So we should get like an alternating motion. But it doesn't seem to be working. See, they all just keep moving at the same time. But that's what's interesting about this is that, right, like, all the legs are separate scripts. There's nothing in here that makes them go together, but they always go together. Right? And so that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Is how can I take advantage of that to make the legs alternate? Because it should work. I don't know, it's just the offsetting doesn't seem to do anything. Here, I'll just do this so it doesn't update the position real quick. I guess maybe what's happening is that the angles are all maybe... I don't know. It's hard. Right? Here, let me not do that code and see what this does. I wish I was better at trigonometry or whatever so I could make this easier. Oh shoot, I just went away from that. Okay, so those are how the legs are positioned by default. Right? Oh, well, it was until I moved. Here, let me make it so this doesn't follow me anymore. Here, let's just do this. Get rid of this super delta. Yeah, a timer. Well, I would do a timer, but the problem is it'll start to look weird because legs have to move at different times. So, like, say that we're moving along, if our legs are like this or whatever, and here's our body, then these legs will have to move when this hits the right distance away. So having this as a timer means the body will move and none of the legs will be moving. It'll be a little weird. We can try a timer if this doesn't work, just to see what that looks like, but I foresee issues with that, though. I mean, maybe if we do, like, a dynamic timer, depending on the speed or something. Okay, so that's the default position of the legs, right? So, I don't know why it doesn't seem to work. And I wonder if it's just because one of these is evaluating the true immediately. That looks like what it is. Maybe if I don't check for min hit, maybe that's the problem. Oh? Well, it's alternating now. But it's janky now, though, without the min hit thing. And see, that's the issue with using a timer, is that it would be like that. And then somehow they get synced back up. I don't know how that happens. Let's just try timer. Why not, right? So I'm just going to do timer minus equals 1 times delta. If timer is less than 0, Listener equal to 0. Timer will equal 1. So timer will just be equal to 0, and then if flipped, I'm gonna say, just get rid of that stuff. If flipped, timer is 1, else timer is 0. And so they should always be at opposites to each other. So let's see, that gets set to 1. Or no, actually, this needs to be 0.5. It needs to be half of what the timer gets set to. I forgot making a singleton runtime. Yeah, we'll go look at that in a minute. Let me figure this out first. So the timer will tick down. If it's 0, we set timer back to 1. And then we change the target position. We can try this. It's probably not going to work. It's going to be really weird. You guys will see. This has just been a hassle. Part of me is just like, forget the IK, you know? Because it's been really awful trying to get working. It's just because of the perspective. If it was any other perspective, it would be okay. But... so this will just move with a timer now. But as you can see, that looks pretty not good. I think the timer needs to be way faster, for sure. Well, that's the thing. The timer needs to dynamically speed up depending on the speed of the creature. And that's part of the issue with the timer, right? It's not that easy. But I could do like parent velocity. You'd normally use angle rather than timer. So yeah, that's the thing. Like I've been trying to use angles instead of a timer, but it just doesn't work. It always somehow ends up going back to everything moving at the same time. And it's just kind of annoying. Maybe we could do a different way of this. It would be a little weird. And it probably won't work. But we could say this. Yeah, I don't think a timer is going to work because it's just going to be a absolute pain to do anything. So let's do... let me get rid of moveder. So only angles don't happen after the first move, and they'll kind of synchronize. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is set to basically distance. Because it's as soon as it's far away enough for the legs to straighten out. Right? So, like, when we have our body, our leg like that, as soon as that body moves enough for this leg to become straight, that means it's 30 units away from the body, and then it's time to do another step, right? But somehow it keeps getting synced up, and I don't understand. Because even if it's at a different starting position, right? So my theory is that, like, okay, we have a leg like that, and then a leg that's straight. So we move. Now this leg has now, you know, taken a step forward, and now this leg is straight. Right? But it doesn't work. In theory, it should work, but it doesn't. And I don't know why. All right, because what I want, I can say target, position. So if flipped, target pause is, so global position of the base of the leg plus vector 2, 15, 0. So that'll be halfway, and then the other one can be all the way. So we can say otherwise it's the full 30, right? I guess maybe the problem is that I'm also checking min hit, and maybe that's just causing that to break. So I could just remove that and set that up to like 10 or something. We can try this. Right. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. It probably won't. The other problem too with how this is now is there's a whole nother problem I haven't accounted for yet, because it's gonna be a pain, is stepping in places that they can actually step in. So the problem is that there's gonna be physics, and there's gonna be things that you're not supposed to walk on, like the wall, and yeah, it's gonna be a pain to get that working too. I need to think of a better approach to all this stuff, I think. I just don't know how. See, so does this alternate now? It does alternate, but it's weird. It's like it's only partially alternating. And it's also the wrong legs. I think what I want to do is... What is it? So those two... I want like these top and back to go, and then let's see. So that one is flipped in bottom and not flipped in bottom. Yeah, they're opposites. So I guess if we'll say if flipped and bottom, or not flipped and not bottom. Maybe that'll help. God, it's just such a pain to get this working. And now it's just... Okay. Time to restart. Yeah, I don't know if anybody has any other ideas on how to do this. I've done so much searching on this, like 2D IK for Godot, and I can't find anything. I haven't found. And there's tutorials that like work for specific perspectives, and this would work for specific perspective too. Like IK stuff works great for side view, like this, right? Because you don't get any weird perspective things. It's always going to be viewed from the side. So this would be super easy. I basically already would have been done days ago. But the problem is trying to do this with such a weird perspective, you know? And for like a character, for like something that doesn't have, or that can like, it doesn't have like constraints on its joints. It's really difficult. I mean, there's this, but this is in 3D, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I can look at that video. But the problem is it's, you know, maybe there's a good video, but there's no instruction on how to actually do that in Godot. And so I'm kind of just stuck with, I don't know, not knowing what to do. Yeah, I don't know. And this isn't really something I can animate either. So what's up, Mystical Cell? Currently going through the living nightmare of IK inverse kinematics. See, now it just doesn't work. And I don't know why.
Working on my base, I added a little more living space, but the creepers came and blew up my house. I hate all creepers.
Like, this close to just giving up and not doing this anymore. It's so annoying. Okay, both of these are on, bottom and flipped, and then this one is not. So, hot in my room. I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't work now. They go at the same time. It's a little stupid. Yeah, I don't know. It just starts to get really frustrating to do this. Maybe the alternative is like this enemy doesn't have inverse kinematics on the legs. So it could just be like this. Like just a box and then the legs are just a single line. I don't know. It would fix the weird perspective stuff. But it still doesn't really fix our issue with alternating. So, yeah, let me check out this video.
It's me, Ronald the Comatose, and I'm making a game called...
Oh my god, YouTube, shut up. Yeah, I've seen this game. This is in Game Maker, actually. But maybe... bug. I'll just skip to where... Yeah, animating feet. But this is also one issue here. This is very top down. This is like a bird's eye view. But I mean I can take a look. Also, this is in 3D. That's the problem. All the stuff I see in this perspective is actually just 3D. It's not 2D. So actually trying to do this in 2D is really hard. If this was 3D, it would be easy because all that would matter is just, it would be like this. So it would basically be like we're animating from a bird's eye view. It's like, okay, leg is here or it's here. There's, right? It's easy. And that's the problem. Right? And I can't really change Starground to a 3D game. So, I don't know. It's very difficult. It's frustrating. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Of course, we got an ad. Epic. Okay, ad's over. What I was saying is that this is all in 3D, right? And it's way easier in 3D because we can just treat it like a top-down view. Where it's like, okay, well the position's here, here. And it just goes back and forth between there. The problem though is that it's trying to do that in 2D in a way that doesn't look stupid. And I don't know how to do that, so... I don't know. Yeah, I'm just kind of like... Yeah, let's I think I'm done with this garbage. I can't do it anymore. I've been trying to do this for, like, all you guys are seeing is just, you know, a tiny little snapshot of the days that I've been spending trying to make this work. So I'm just like, I'm done with it at this point. Get out of here, crawler. Nobody loves you anymore. If anybody ever, you know, comes up with a much better way to do this or something, you know, I'm not opposed to going back and trying. But, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could make it work, because I do like, because the whole thing is that it's for the lab zone, which is in pure darkness. I can, go show you guys what I'm talking about. Also, why is this color wrong? Okay, I gotta fix that now. Oh, is it because it's nighttime? That's probably what it is. I have to fix that. Let me show you guys what's going on in the dungeons, though. So I have, like, the lab dungeon, like, kind of more set up now. I do want to do the tile set for that today, so we probably will. Well, let me just get to it. I need to go find Dreadcap. Okay, he's way over there. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely... I'll just leave it in the project files, you know, so people can mess with it. I don't know how to recover what I have, but... let's just kill Dreadcap real quick. I need to make him poison-proof. Okay. So this door opens up. You guys already know about that. Here, we can turn the music on, because I feel like that's an important part. The ambience. So you can go down into the next level of the dungeon, and here we are. So we're going to be working on this more today. This is the zone where I wanted those guys to be in. I can take off my night vision goggles, so you can see how dark it is down here. So I want him to be scary, because he's supposed to be. But it's just, yeah, I can't get it working, so I'm officially giving up. I'll have to think of some other type of creature. Maybe we'll just make the animation kind of boring. Like, we can still do kind of like a spider type of thing, but it's just, not dynamic. Just like a hard-coded, hard-drawn animation, I guess. So, yeah. I need to work on the tile set for this. I had a bunch of trouble getting this to actually change, which I can go over that. That's been an absolute pain. Also, everything has sucked recently. The thing with tiles, so what you can do is if you change the resource, the tiles.trez, it just deletes the room. Like, it deletes all the tiles. So I can't swap that out with a different tile set for a different dungeon type. So what I've had to do is I have to swap it out with a different image. So every tile map has this, like a tile map and then a tile source, which is tile set source. And this has a texture property in here. It extends this one. So I can change the texture of the dungeon and it'll update all the tiles with the new image. Right, which does work. The thing that kind of sucks though is that for whatever stupid reason, you can't set this to be local. So I cannot say on here, like, make this a local resource. Because for some reason, this tile source you can only have one per tile set, and if you use it in one tile set, you can't use it anywhere else. And so making this local just doesn't work because it has this built-in tile source thing, this tile source resource, and as soon as one of these uses that, it doesn't work for any of the other rooms. And that's been really dumb to figure out. So what I have set up now is I just don't have it set to local, and I change out the sprite. So I have to do this dynamically. Basically, as soon as someone enters the dungeon, then I change it, because what I was doing before was I would generate the dungeons, right? Like, here's the dungeons, whatever. And then down here is the next dungeon, the next level. So I would go through and like change it out, but then as soon as I changed it for one, it automatically changes it to that for every single one. And it's really dumb. I don't know why they made, or why it's stupid, and why only one tile set source can be used for one layer. So, yeah. How it is now is basically it's just whenever this still happens where it sets all of them to the same theme, but it only does it when the player actually moves from this dungeon to the next one. It's really stupid. There's been just so many stupid things recently. This took me a whole nother day to figure out and get working properly. And that's why I didn't actually do the tiles, because I've been just trying to work out the code for how to do it, but... oh, man. But yeah. What did you say? Mystical Cell. Could use a bool for each leg, make sure not all can move at the same time. Well, I would love to do that, but it's just, it doesn't work, you know? Because legs have to move when they're at maximum length, otherwise it's going to look weird. They're going to be floating in midair. It makes sense to me that this would work, and so when you move the body, it means these ones extend out, then those ones move back to here. But it doesn't. It doesn't work like that, and I don't know why. So, whatever, you know? I'm just done with it. Tired of it. Okay. But, yeah, we need to actually start working on the lab tile set now. So I can do that. It's not going to be that much different from the other tile set, just because it is in the same dungeon. So I obviously want things to be similar to each other. But we will change all this stuff. One change is that, well, the lab is, like, metal and stuff, right? So this, like... isn't going to be this smooth stone, like rounded pillar. Now it's going to be metal. So we can make that change. Yeah, I don't know, just something like that. And same with that. We can start to just kind of plan out the lab. Maybe what we'll do for the top is have it be like bolts. So we'll do this. It'll be sharper, not as smoothed out. And we can have there's little bolts in the corner. Maybe. We'll just have to keep going back and forth and seeing what it looks like. I wish I could preview it, you know, like see it just in the editor, but the problem is that I can't change the resource for whatever reason because the tiles are set to it, and if I change it, it deletes everything. So we can't do that. It's so annoying. But I figured we'd do something like this, maybe. Then the floor tiles, I don't know. Maybe I'll just make them smaller. Or maybe we could do like a funny like hexagonal one or diamond pattern instead. Which could be kind of cool. Yeah, sorry if I'm like raging, but I just... everything is just not doing what I want. It's just one of those months, you know? Here, let me just hide this for a minute. Something like this could be good. Still sort of the same vibe, but just a little different. And for any other like coloring stuff, could maybe do... First off, I'm thinking of making this darker. So like this. Then having this set to that inside. Maybe. And then we could do a... maybe a brighter color on top. Just a little bit of like a highlight type of thing. We do the same thing over there. No idea though. I wonder if we could do... It'll look kind of weird though. Like we did like a weird like checkerboard pattern almost. Like this. I don't know how that would look. I'm gonna have to tile this. It's too noisy. Maybe like that. If I am doing that, I have to do this. I don't know. We could try this as a tile. See what it looks like in a room. I'm gonna have to go all the way to the dungeon to actually look at this. Because Godot is silly and funny. I think I want to do that. I don't know, just messing around. That's how drawing works, really. Maybe there's like a darker centerpiece in there or something. Problem is, oh, that's a tile. Almost forgot. So, let's see. This is the top. Yeah, this is. So, this will be... Okay, so it's basically just going to be this layer. Let's just do that. Yeah, we could do all that. Okay. And then I have to replace the tile with this one. So let's see, I want just that region. Okay. And then yeah, it's probably not gonna, I don't know if it'll have big mushrooms down there like that. I still have to think about that. Maybe the water down here could be a different color. Just pure blue. And yeah, this is going to be for our pillars. It'll probably be built a little bit different. Something like that, maybe. That's a go. Alright, sounds good, MBG. See you later, and thanks for coming. I'm just working on tile set stuff. I can, we can go over modding stuff pretty soon. I just really have to get this going, though. Because, you know, this has to be all ready by October 10th, so... It's, yeah. So many things I've got to balance. And yeah, I do want to go over more modding stuff, but it's really hard to find the time. Maybe this could have like a blue glow in it. I mean, no, it's fine. What, I mean, what did you want to go over with modding specifically? Because I can, you know, take a minute to go do that for a bit. I wish I could just swap out this atlas, but it's gonna break if I do that. I could go here and add one, but it's, we'll see.
Kill the policeman with the sharpest axe. The axe is sharp but I know
See, like it's like a whole different thing.
that's why
So I might as well just get rid of it.
there are goblins in my brain. The goblins in
Let me just duplicate the room and do it with a different tile set, I guess.
I'd rather listen to them.
I don't know. I don't really want to though. I wish I could just swap out the images.
Friendship will never end. I need to follow their instructions, even if I cause a
Merging tool. Why do they have to make it so difficult to swap out images and tile sets, man? It's really annoying. Let's see. So I can make a proper singleton. Well, you can change project settings at runtime. There are some functions in there that you can like change, right? So let's see what we can do. Just search for singleton. There's nothing in there. JNI singleton. That's for global. What is all this stuff? This is just all the settings. I wonder if you can just add like a global scope thing onto a script. We'll see. Global shader. Globalize path. I don't think that's what we want. No. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, really the way is just to reference it with get node for each node that uses it. I mean, what you can do is basically just say var class or whatever, you know, is get node. And then you can just say root and the ID of the mod. So like, and that'll just, then you can use that. So you get global class list. I can check that. Yeah, I don't see any way to set it. It's new class. Icon. Language and path. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder where that array is stored and if you could just add things into the array. Yeah, right. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I just don't know where it is. I would think it's somewhere inside of the project settings. What you can do is you can check things. You can go to project settings. I can go to globals. It might say in here, like... it doesn't say. Like, in here, it'll give it, like, a file path to it. Like, you can do... I think so. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know how you would add things in here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, feel free to keep trying to figure that out. Yeah, welcome back, Zen. There's global scope. I don't know if that's... It's not anything. Unless what you can do is just say at global scope. I don't think that would work.
Slinky go up and then Slinky go straight down to floor.
Export global file.
Playing with the Slinky is never ever a bore. Slinky rolling
No.
down the stairs, bouncing all around,
Let's see, what are my options?
jumping everywhere and making funny
Global directory.
microplastics
No.
spreading into the air.
Yeah, I don't know.
Breathing them in,
Maybe there's a way.
getting lung cancer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slinky go up and then
Okay, well I guess I have to go all the way to the dungeon and actually test this now. Which kinda sucks.
Slinky rolling down the stairs, bouncing all around. Whoa! Slinky jumping
Ugh, God.
and making funny sounds. Yeah!
I really want to have to go to the dungeon every single time. I think it'd be better just to duplicate a room and just make it again. Let's go do that. I'll just do inside a level and just make it easy. Let's add temporary file map layer. Let's add a new tile set. Add a new atlas for our dungeon. And now we can just draw some stuff out. I don't have to configure tiles or anything. And I can't draw for some reason. Cool. I don't know why. This is something that's kind of annoying with Godot sometimes. Okay, now I can. Alrighty. I'll just make a super tiny little, like, test room. Let's also test these. Well, yeah, that's about what I expect. So, yeah, that's way too many bolts. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that better. That tile's too much. We can spawn in a column. The column's good. It kind of also breaks up the bolts. Let's check water. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Alright, so yeah, the other thing is just how do we make the bolts not as crazy? I would like to do it without having to have another another tile to do it, right? But I think that's probably our only option. So this doesn't seem to actually line up with the top. What it does with the bottom? That's very odd. Tile set? Yeah, this is just messing with the tile set for the second level of the dungeon. Yes, you did. I mean, yeah, I could do like this, so where there's not so many bolts, or it's more of a random thing. But the other part of it too is the auto-tiling performance of Godot is stupid bad. So I'm actually kind of worried about auto-tiling dungeon rooms because it's probably going to be too slow. So I don't know what to do about that. Of course, we can randomize these tiles. Maybe one that doesn't have the shading? I don't know, maybe it would look better. I'm just gonna do this and then do some scattering. If it'll let me. Yeah, well. So that's what that looks like. It's not bad. I mean, you know, we're getting there maybe. So auto tile will load whenever a room is generated, right? And so that's going to be pretty slow because a lot of rooms can generate. Yeah, the auto tiling is just so bad. If I do that, it's going to take probably a second or more to generate the dungeon, which is really a really long time. So yeah. I don't know. I wish it was faster. It's just so abysmally slow. I mean, I get that it's not really meant for runtime. It's more for creating, like their auto tiling is for creating tile sets in the editor. But man, it's really slow though. I think they want to fix that at some point, but maybe not. Yeah, I don't currently run any auto tiling because it would just completely destroy performance of everything, so. Just making a bunch of different random tiles in here. We can have some that are like broken. Let's just do that, and then say copy that. Host PC gets tanked every time dungeon is formed. Yeah. Well, there's always going to be a little bit of a performance impact because you're generating an entire dungeon. So, I mean, I could maybe try and, but that's the thing. It's really hard to multi-thread stuff because it's not the loading that's too slow, it's just the instantiation of nodes. So I can't really speed it up. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure out how to make that faster eventually, one day. That's another tile I would want here. Yeah, I do need to add the mobs to the auto load list because that is something I actually removed them from. So I'll fix that. What do I want this one to look like? This one could also have the blue goo. Maybe it just has like some splotches of blue on here. Let's do maybe one like this. It's like the opposite. It's like sunken in or something. I don't know. Let's see what that all looks like. Maybe on this I'd make the this line a little less crazy. Let's see, that's that color. up a tad. It's not bad. Maybe do the same thing to the bolts. By rotating them randomly? I could do that, but like in these ones it'll be weird because it'll rotate the shading. But I could look into that maybe. Let's see what this change looks like now. Come on. Go ahead. There we go. It's not bad. I think that's kind of what I'm looking for with the dungeon, you know. I don't know why this isn't doing it now. Guess you need scattering on, okay. Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah, I do have all these different walls that are sort of set up to be scattered, but... Here, what if I just lower the scattering amount to like 5? Can maybe try doing that. Alternate tiles. Well, see, that's the thing. So, if I do alternate tiles with spawn chances, you have to use the auto-tiling system. And as previously aforementioned, it runs like garbage. So it would make loading dungeons even slower. Which is not fun. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not having a good time with Godot today. Half of it's my fault, but half of it is Godot's fault. I hate how slow the auto-tiling is. I have to preset because I can't auto-tile. It's too slow. I could do it if I implement my own auto-tiling algorithm, but that's just another thing to do on the list of endless things to do. Right. So one day, maybe. Excuse me, but today's not that day. Well, we can see what this looks like actually in the dungeon. It's gonna be in the world. This fake dungeon room. Maybe I could do a thing where it only auto-tiles when you enter a room. But I don't know. So use randomization while making presets. Well, yeah, I mean, or I could just select the ones and just draw. It's not a big deal. I hate having to configure all the alternate tiles because it's annoying. I don't even use them anymore for the main tile set. It's just too slow. Okay. Is the dungeon here? It's probably underneath the world. Let's go load into the lab and see what it looks like. Yeah, I wish I could do auto-tiling for the dungeons and stuff. It's just very, very slow. Because I would love each dungeon room to be a little random, you know? Where, like, some of the walls are kind of different or something like that. It would be nice, it's just... It just sucks so bad. I don't know why their auto-tiling is the worst performing thing I've ever seen in my life, you know? Oh, I went the wrong way, didn't I? I need to go, weird, wacky way up. It'll still be spawning in decorations down in the lab. What does that do? Is it so I can, like, look for the boss room and stuff to make this faster? I'm gonna disable it again, but it's temporary. Okay. I like the look of this. I think it's cool. Make it a bool value? I could. It's good. Yeah, I think it'll work. I have to change the door sprites, obviously. Let's just keep the night vision goggles on for now. But it's fine. I mean, I think this is sort of what I want. Obviously, the decorations need to be swapped out, like these and stuff, with more lab decorations, and then, stuff like that, but yeah. How do you know when Dreadcap smashes his head on you? It's just about the timing. So, like, when he's about to do a slam attack, he will take a little bit longer. So, it's just a case of getting used to attack patterns. Right, where it's like, so when he raises his cap up, and it takes a little bit longer for him to raise it up, you know, he's like that, and then he slams, I know he's about to do the slam. So. Okay, well the floor tiles look good. I actually kind of like the diagonal pattern. I think it fits, you know. So that's always good. I kind of like that there's like the little ones and the bigger ones. It gives it a little bit of a more noise. Tree of Wisdom will spawn down here. And yeah, there's still all these mushrooms around. I kind of want to change them to something else, but I don't know what. So they might stay as mushrooms for now. But we'll think about that, I guess. And yeah, of course all these rooms are the same layout. I do want to use these same rooms because there's buildings that I'm gonna use universally. So like, for example, the Chant Shrine I want to spawn down here, or the chest rooms and stuff, right? Because it just makes sense. But I do want there to be other battle rooms like this that are just a different shape. So that's pretty easy to do. I just have to make more. And then just add it to a different array for the level 1 dungeon. So it's really easy, actually. It's not a big deal. Maybe there could be like different resources or something that spawn down here. Maybe like, I don't know. This is where we can start to kind of be creative with how this level of the dungeon differs from the top one, right? There's all sorts of different things that we could do for this. And maybe there's different loot in the chests too. You never know. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of different changes I can start to make. It's gonna be hard to squeeze them all in before October 10th, but I would like there to be different enemies down here too, which is what I was trying to work on with the crawler, but that didn't work out. So, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do for enemies. Oh. Yeah, I just could not get it working with the crawler. It was just, absolute hassle. But maybe someday, maybe somebody else figures out how to do it. That could work. So yeah, how this is set up now, Dreadcap's still down here. I'm probably gonna replace Dreadcap with a different boss down here. See, he was about to do a slam. I didn't move because I have a scratch in my body, but see, that one's super fast, so you know that's a slam because it's slow. Yeah, he's still not resistant to poison. I gotta fix that. So yeah, there's no next floor that spawns, so that's good. I'm just making sure. Looks super blue in here now because like everything is on the night vision goggles. Yeah, without that, it's a little crazy. I think in something like a boss arena, I might have lights or something, or just some little ambient lights, but we'll see about that. I don't know if I will. Creepy, yeah. Yeah, it'll be scary with the flashlight and stuff. I keep picking up my night vision goggles again. But yeah, let's get out of here. I could make the little mushrooms glow or something, or the moon shrooms. I don't know if there will be moon shrooms down there, right? Because it might be a different variant of moon shrooms. So I'm just gonna have to think about that and see. I don't really know, to be honest. Oh, the dungeon's up here. Right, because it gets offset, I forgot. Well, here's the dungeon room. Yeah. Ooh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Dungeon room reveal, let's go. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work to get this ready to go. Yeah. Yeah, this is sort of what I'm referencing the lab based off of. Hey, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How's it going? How's your stream? Let me give you a shout out. That's all in caps. There you go. Yeah, welcome in. Hope your stream went well. I am currently working on Starground. I'm adding in like a new dungeon level, which has been... There's been a lot of difficulties with that so far. I've got the tile map working pretty well, but yeah, I was doing inverse kinematics earlier with this guy, the crawler, but it just was not working, so I was really struggling to get it working right. All the times that I see inverse kinematics used like this, it's usually in 3D and then converted to 2D. So it does all the angles and stuff right, but actually projecting this on 2D is really hard. It was good. Well, I appreciate that, yeah. I found your channel. Well, welcome in. Yeah, if you've got to go eat or sleep or do whatever, totally welcome to. I get how draining streaming can be sometimes. But yeah, it's been just working away at that. I think the tiles for the dungeon is getting there. There's still a few things I need to swap out. I'm probably going to change these mushroom decorations. I don't know what yet, like what I'm going to replace them with. Maybe like a crystal or something. I don't know, but I'll have to think about that. Or maybe like we could do like a vine or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to think about it. But yeah. Okay. So what can we do next? We do need to redo the doors. Where is Miro? I guess I closed it. So hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is the sort of planning board that we have for the game. There are some cool things in here. I'm really gonna try and get Well, I'll definitely get these logs done. These will just be kind of like a chat log thing that you can open in a computer. There's ideas for this like exploration area, which I kind of like. That's just a whole nother thing. I really would like to get questing done for this update, but there's so many things I've got on my plate, I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze it in time. Yeah. There's a lot of things in here, a lot of ideas being thrown around, so. But it is really helpful to have all this as reference, you know, especially like an idea of what the lab could look like, right? Which is super helpful. So like the doors I can draw and do all that stuff, right? This is sort of the vibe. So yeah, we can add in like these little glass tube decorations and stuff. Oh, come on, bot, get out of here. A table, whatever. Yeah, there's a bunch of different decorations I could add for the labs for sure. There is also this like top level zone, which I would like to add also. Because how it works is there's basically 2 levels. So there's like this level of the dungeon, and then you can move down deeper into the lab area, which is this one. Just a test tube for lab, you know. So there's also like, yeah, this stuff over here, which would be like kind of on the surface of the planet. But yeah, it's always just a matter of what can I feasibly get done before the update needs to come out, right? So I'll get to this if I can find the time to, but odds are I won't have time to add this top level. It'd be nice, but I don't know. Right now the deadline is it's not a hard deadline, but well, the hard deadline's October 17th, I think. I am aiming to get this kind of ready to go October 10th. I'm honestly pretty close already. Just getting the lab generating and stuff. I mean, I can, you know, spend one day and get this whole lab set up with enemies and all that stuff. But I've just had so many setbacks, like with this stupid guy, with the inverse kinematics just not working. So, but I think it'll be all right. So, get that. But yeah, I mean, it's just always the thing of like wanting to keep adding more and more to an update, but at a certain point I have to realize that there's enough and I need to just, you know, focus on what's in the game already. So, but yeah, I need to add more plants down to the lab area right now. There's, what is it? The moon grass or whatever, wherever that is. This. I don't know if I'll have moongrass in the lab, but definitely some kind of like glowing plant I think in the lab could be interesting. Since it is dark, it could kind of be like a, you know, maybe a little bit of an aid in seeing enemies in the darkness. So that could be fun. Yeah, I didn't really ever get time to add all these characters, but they were never really finished to begin with, so it's kind of like, I don't know. I do want to add like the NPC dialogue system, kind of like this, where like an NPC will pop up with a dialogue here and you can answer. It's hard with multiplayer, you know, multiplayer always amplifies the difficulty of all this stuff. It's always really hard to make things work with multiplayer. Even just something basic like just talking to an NPC, the issue is that now that has to work with multiplayer with multiple people. It has to sync that the current like state of this message pop up and stuff, and so yeah, that's complicated. I already added artifacts and those have worked well. Yeah, traps. I would like to add more stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things I would like to do. some other ideas for stuff over here people have been working on. Yeah, bounty system. I might do that for quest if I have time to squeeze it in. Like, not a full-on storyline type of quest, but just a quick little, like, you know, go kill this number of enemies or get me these resources, right? So, perhaps we could do that. I could always also add in more artifacts for fun just before this update goes up, but yeah. And yeah, all this stuff I will have to add too. So I'll get there. Yeah, it's just a lot of things. I don't know. Is there a new bug report in here? I'm just looking at the Steam. Oh, yeah. I respond to that. I guess I didn't. Okay. Alright, well, what should we do next? I can do a new lab door type or something. Let's just go do that. So yeah, there's all these different doors, all the boss doors, and then the, wherever it is, the regular doors, yeah. So I can just go through and, add variations for these. Probably just kind of keep it the same sort of style that I've been doing, with the more modern, sleek-looking lab stuff. So this will just be like a sharp thing like that. Oops. And then how do I make this more high tech? Could have these kind of be one piece like that. That could work. We do have to stay the same size and stuff, otherwise the physics will be all broken. Maybe I could do like a smaller piece here. I know like the art has like a little keypad on the side, which I think works. So I could add that. I need to move that down. Let's do that, move that. And this has like, yeah, I guess this could go in accordance to the coloring, so this could be, let's move that down. Sort of like that. Well, I'm not going to move that up. So the one that's not active can just be like that. Yeah, I think that works. I can maybe do like a little bit of a, I don't know what you would even call this, but just like a, that works okay. Maybe expand the size of the doors just a tad. This could also have a little bit of a ridge. Which works. There's not a whole lot else I really need to do to the doors. I mean, that's pretty much it. I just want it to look a little bit different. Just sort of match in with the overall look of the more futuristic looking dungeon. I think that's fine. Then I can just go through and change it for all these. This is a whole animation, so I'm gonna have to animate the door closing down and stuff, but luckily it's already done, so I can just kind of copy it and change the look a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it kind of already works already. But I'll probably change this door to be a darker color. Just like that. And then I think the plan for this was a little bit of a this. Like a caution stripe on the bottom, you know? Maybe this could have like maybe a bolt or something. Yeah, I guess I could just merge this down now.
I know what I gotta do and I know when I gotta do it, but I don't know if I wanna face it. My plate is filling up and I surely
Something
had
kinda
enough,
like
but
that.
I guess I'll just have to take it. I've been led into this false reality where I'm told that it will all be worth it. Why should I put my trust into the system?
Maybe I could just lower that a little bit.
Waiting for the time when nothing's on my mind.
Kind of like that, I think looks good.
Thinking about this and thinking about that, I'm using up all my wisdom. I'm stuck inside this loop where I don't know what to do and I haven't found an escape route. Billy's got it right, my mind's on overdrive. I'm feeling like I'm out of shape now. Some things are great, but some
let's do this on the inside actually. So like that works. Yeah. This is the only one that's actually animated. Because the other ones are at perspectives that you can't see. So now I can just go along and add it to all these. And then those ones will turn to this red. It was easy enough. So let's just push that down, grab all these, and change the blue to red. These I actually do want to do one change. I think I want that to be like that. Yeah. Okay. And I have to change where this is. Okay. Oops. Alrighty, that one is done. I hope I didn't accidentally save it, because that would suck. Did I? Let's see. I might have. That doesn't look like I did. So this is door 1, 2 up. Yeah. Now changing these will be really easy because they're, well, first off, they're just flipped variants, and then they're basically already done. And I don't really have to animate them, it's 2 frames, so. Now I did change this a little bit, so that'll be set back. Sort of like that, and then here I can go. That's pretty much it for that one. Actually, I'll just go like that. And then this is the exact same, but just red. So this will be door right, 1, 2. And now, to make the other variant, it's as simple as this. I move that there. Oops, I accidentally copied or pasted. And then this one goes right there. And that's it. One, two. And this one's even more simple. Perhaps the most simple of them all. Oops. Door down, 1, 2. Okay. So that's all done, ready to go. The only other thing now is these boss doors, which are kind of the same, but just a little bit bigger. I'm not going to do those right now. I want to see what these look like first. And also think about how do I actually, like, put these in, right? Oh, I already have mirror open, okay. Let's go to the door. So this has... I don't like how that updated. I think we're okay. Oh. No, that's still fine. Where's the other one? Left, 1, 2, right, right, 1, 2. Door up. And I just don't see the other one. Oh, I called it door 1, 2 up. Let's just do that. And I'll delete door 1, 2 up. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna have to do... I don't know, maybe I could change which sprite is being used for these? I don't know if that's possible. But I can look in and see like what this inherits. It has frame, it has animation. That's just a string name. So it has sprite frames. That might be what I want. So get animation names. Frame count, duration, get frame texture. But I don't know if I can actually change that, you know? Probably not. I'll just create more animations in here. It's gonna start getting crazy big, but... Right, 1, 2, up, 1, 2, down, 1, 2. So let's get started. That's scripts, sprites. Two, one. So that one doesn't loop, and it's set to 16. Same with that one, doesn't loop, set to 16. Where is door? Okay, same with right. Okay. And then up. And let's go check this in game. I'll have to swap out the animation depending on, you know, which one is the right one. Is it 6 frames? Yeah. Now is that one? No, it's also a loop. Okay. So let's go do this. So it should set the animations in here somewhere. I don't know where it does that. Well, it doesn't set type. Ah, it plays direction plus type. So now I need to change that. So I'm just going to say if. I think this also has like region. So it does, but I can just do get parent on that. Dot dungeon region is global dot dungeon 1, and then if parent dot dungeon level is 0, do that. Otherwise, okay, we do that one. So if it's 0, nothing changes. If it's 1, though, we're going to add on 1, 2 on the end. And that should be it. We'll go make sure on the dungeon that I'm referencing the right things. Dungeon region, dungeon level. Yeah. So we should be fine. Let's load up the game and see what happens. We can also start working on some different decorations. One plant I want to add. It's in here. Are these, I guess, the lumen orchids? The light side of Enceladus. I don't know what that means. I'll have to ask about that. Yeah, I can create a sprite for that now. Probably just have them be like 16 by 32. And I want them to have these little like glowing berry type things. Okay. Alright, that mod is uninstalled. Let's go to the dungeon. Take a look at this. Okay, so it's not happy. It's because dungeon region. I don't need to do that anymore. Well, mod, it was the nuclear mod that you sent me, and so the items are just null now. So yeah, that's all that is. Yeah, it's actually good though how I set that up with items, because if it doesn't find an item, it just becomes a null item instead of actually deleting all the items or anything like that. So I think that's probably going to be the best way to handle that. Maybe I'll also do that with buildings, but I don't know. We'll see. Like a way to delete null items. You mean like if you load up your game, it automatically deletes all these items? Yeah. I could add a way to do that, but that would definitely be an optional thing, because I want it to be more forgiving than I don't want it to delete everything. You're welcome to put that on GitHub as a issue if you want. A way to automatically clear null items. The message lead line for the tutorial, make a command. Yeah, that could work too. I will go through and add documentation for those functions. It's very, very busy. I'll try to find the time. It's funny that he kills himself with his own poison. Okay, let's hope this doesn't crash. Nice. So yeah, those are the new doors. Let's go find one that's the top, because that's really the one that looks cool. Yeah, right there. So yeah, it'll be the blue if it's open, and then it should do the little closing animation when it closes. I am gonna freaking die right now. Oh yeah, I forgot cheese gives you speed. I didn't ever remove that. There we go. So that one's like closed up there, then opens back up, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so fate. Oh, did not go well. Oh. You can have plants that sort of look like the glow orchids already. These, but they'll be a different thing though. Did that just convert to a whole different door when I... No, it's fine, okay. Oh! God. Okay, I'm just gonna watch this door very closely. No, I just changed the color. Okay. I do need to add sounds to the doors at some point. There's just a million things. It just compounds and compounds. Okay. Oh, alrighty. Time is it? Okay. Alright, what do I want to do next? I mean, it's good to mark off a lot of this stuff, you know, because it is, things I need to do. Well, let's get those plants made. Maybe these will be different. I think maybe I'll do a bigger decoration for these, 32 by 32. And they'll be more like, more top down, you know? Here, I think I can do this by just doing a... Oh yeah, there we go. And these will have like these little, glow clusters. Whatever those are called. What does an orchid look like? Well, orchids have flowers. They're very tall and skinny, though. I guess the glow orchids won't be like this. Because if it is an actual orchid, then it's got to be an orchid. Right. So... yeah, they're just like this. It'll just have a bunch of these little glow guys up here. And then it'll be basically just a single stem that goes up. These I might even make bigger. And I want this to curve. So let me work on that. Then this will have leaves down here at the bottom. Maybe like another leaf that goes that way or something. People have them more like that, so that they kind of go like... That'll work. Okay, let's shade. It's an extremely contrasty color. Let's see if I can get something in between. How's that? Not enough. That's good. So let's just shade some of this stuff in. So this should be like it's coming out this way. Not like that. Like that. That's pretty much it. I guess I can outline it. We'll see how that actually looks, but yeah. Some of this can just be like that color because it's connected to the ground. I think that looks okay. I'll probably do some variants of it. But let's just put it in. So what is this one? It's a lumen orchid. And then I can just go to the decoration and change that out. So I can just have, say, var dungeon level in here, and then kind of change things depending on that. Yeah, so type is going to be that. What I'll do is this. I'll say if dungeon level is 0, do that loot table. Otherwise, do a different one. So that'll be... I'll have to change the ID, but that's the only place I reference it. So how do I reference the level? I guess that'll be 1-1, and this will be 1-2. Yeah. Then let's go to the loot table. So this one I want to have, not moongrass, but now lumen orchid. And I'll still have the poison, but none of the other stuff. And I'll keep adding on decorations, of course, but yeah. So on this, I'm going to add a light, point light 2D. And this will only be visible if the type is going to be a lumen orchid. Let's see, circle. I need the flashlight one or whatever it is. It's in here somewhere. Okay, I must have missed it. There it is. And that'll be mix. Can't actually see it, so I don't know how big it is and stuff, but okay, it's 512 by 512. You probably want that to be a little less big. Oh, I can't see how big it is. Okay. That's still humongous. Let's do that, maybe. And yeah, this one will do shadows. Okay. So it'll be invisible by default. Now I just have to add more types on here. Main would be lumen orchid. And then I'm also going to say my 2d.visible equals true. And I'll probably want to do that. And I'll just say particle type is purple plant right now. Okay, that should work. Hopefully. It's gonna spawn in a lot of these plants. It'll be a more rare thing as I add in more decorations that can spawn. It's just because it's like the only one that can, so it's gonna be quite a lot. But I'll work on more little decorations, maybe ones like just you know, I don't know, a table or whatnot. We'll see. I do want to add in decorations that are big, like 2x2 instead of just 1x1. I'll probably work on this whole decoration script and make it better to actually support bigger things. But let's just go take a look at it real quick. So those poison vials will also still spawn down there. Let's see, where am I going? Okay, let's skip that chant shrine. Let us go north. Whoa. So should be spawning all those plants down in here. It is not. Oh, it's because I never set dungeon level. So I just have to go to room. Does it add it as a direct child? I wonder. No, it doesn't. So I'm just going to say in here, decoration is that. Decoration dot dungeon level is equal to dungeon level. Now let's go load it into another room. Yes. Ooh, that's actually kind of cool. That's not bad. That's kind of cool, actually. I'll wait for the ad to be over to show this off. But then in the darkness, you can see, like, yeah. Ooh. So it's interesting, because with these, if you break them, then the light stops, right? So you can kind of, like, keep them around to aid you in the darkness. I kind of like that. See, because I could, like, break these and get stuff from them, but then it goes dark. So, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely have a few more variants of this, because it is, gets a little samey. So let's do another version that's just a little different. Even just 2 would probably be okay. Here, just so I can, like, see. This one will be taller and skinnier. Let's have it go, let's see, the other way. Oh, shoot. Gotta love when I do that. Just like so. And this base, could probably just paste it onto here and kind of modify it. And let's just connect up all these glowy things. Okay. Let's outline it real quick. Oops. Boom, boom, boom. And these can also be dropped, right, as a like a plant for cooking or whatever, so it's kind of multi-purpose. This I might move, so I'll move that up. And this will kind of go more over to the side. Maybe this leaf will kind of come down a little bit. And maybe there's even a third one kind of up in the corner. So let's see, darkness. Yeah, something kind of like that. Oops. All right. That looks okay. There's a few spots that are a little funny. I think that's fine. So this will be Lumen Orchid 2. Yeah, now that ad's over. This is what it looks like in game, which I think is actually kind of cool. Glowing in the darkness like this. I think it'll be really good for both just gameplay and, I don't know, decoration. Because it's... I like decorations that do impact gameplay like this. I want everything to be meaningful, you know? Not just random garbage decoration filler. But I like how this is like... You can actually, like, use these for good, right? So... as they sort of light up the darkness. Obviously, there won't be this many. This is insane, but yeah. I don't think your message came through. Oh, it did. Yeah, it's very weird. On Restream, it didn't come through, but on Twitch, it did. So I see it on Twitch. Yeah, is there a reason you didn't make a mod API create building entry method? I didn't do that just because the building entries are big. I could create a function, but it's gonna have like a million different, you know, parameters in here. And it's just gonna be like a big, massive function to actually call this, right? It's gonna be like this. There's gonna be like 50 things in here. So, I mean, I can add it. It's just gonna be a kind of... I feel like it's going to be more annoying to use the function than to just make your own dictionary for that. But, yeah, I mean, we can. Yeah, no, it was on purpose because I was, like, making all the different create ones, and I'm like, man, this is stupid big for the building because there's so many different things. So I was just like, maybe we shouldn't. That's why I put an example there for the building, just so that it's really easy to make it. So you can just copy the example and then you're good to go. Okay, let me fix this. So I'm gonna say where rand equals, or we can just say if randi range 0 to 1 is equal to 0, then we set it to the regular one. Else we set it to Lumen Orchid 2. Okay, so let's go load in another dungeon room then. Did I close the game? Or did it just crash? I don't think I closed the game. Maybe I did and I accidentally did. I don't know. Okay. Tired. I need to take a break, you know? Just spend one day just not working. Sometimes it gets to a point where it's very tiring to you know, constantly stream and then constantly develop after stream on my off days of streaming, and it's just like yeah, but I'll get some time eventually. Yeah, it's hard being the only one programming, you know. Like, if there's someone else that could make up for any slack or just, like, multitask or work on other things in the meantime, it would be great, right? But it's... yeah. But, I don't know. I just don't have the money to justify having anybody else help with programming, right? So that's kind of part of the problem. Yeah, no, I really appreciate that with the modding. Yeah, I mean, that's great. I just mean, like, general, like, developing the game, you know, with, like, the dungeon stuff and all the bits and bobs, right? But I just can't afford it, though, you know, like, the salary for a software engineer, well, first off, I don't even make enough from the game to pay me, right? Let alone someone else, so it's just insane. I'm never going to be able to afford it. Yeah, it would only make sense if the game, like, really exploded and actually made enough, right? But it isn't, so. Of course, I'm not unhappy with how much the game is making. Like, it's great, but it's not enough for hiring even more people, right? Because I'm already paying, you know, all the other gamers working on drawing and story stuff, so. Okay, let's see if this is spawning correctly. It is. Yeah, that looks really good. I actually very much like that these glow in the dark. Oh, and I died. Oh man, 2 artifacts lost. That's brutal. That's why the internet exists. Or, oh, interns, sorry. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just I can't I can't have someone intern and then just, I don't know. It's like yeah. Because it's also the thing is, like, if I were to get somebody to help with programming, they have to be, like, up to speed on Godot and can help. Like, interns are fantastic and all that, but it would mostly be me teaching somebody how to use Godot, I would imagine, versus actually being able to just start adding things and contributing, right? Because interns for companies are always going to be an investment versus a super worthwhile, helpful thing, you know? Because I do have to spend... I would be taking my time away from just programming into teaching someone else how, right? So it's... I don't know. It's just the whole money and, like, ownership problem, right? Because I don't really want to worry about that stuff. Yeah, remaining internship for UI and stuff in Godot, yeah. Yeah, UI stuff does take time. It's taken me a long time to, and I'm still, like, going back to old UI and having to swap things out, like stupid things that I did, but it is worth it, I promise. Once you finally get used to it, it is very nice. It's better than, although it's difficult to understand and get used to, it is more flexible and better than any other UI stuff that I've ever used. That's even like HTML and stuff like that. because once it's like kind of configured and you understand it, you can be like, okay, I want this to be positioned over here, and then this element stretch out. It'll like it works very nicely for different resolutions and stuff, because in Starground, whenever you expand the window out, the UI automatically adjusts to the new position, which is very nice. So MBG working on SDK UI now. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, I think MBG's done quite a bit of UI stuff, so that should be a big help. But yeah. Okay, so those new decorations are spawning in. Really, one of the big things that I need to do is enemies, right? But it's so hard. Enemies, I think, are probably one of the most difficult things to make. It seems like it always comes back down to that as like being the limiting factor, you know? It's just really hard. It's kind of the culmination of everything. You have to be creative and come up with cool ideas. You have to be able to program in all of your ideas. You have to, you know, understand, like, you have to animate, you have to draw all the stuff for the character. You have to, like, make the attacks with, like, particles and handle the logic. And it's like, it's the combo of everything. You know, it's very hard. It's even harder when you spend multiple days trying to do inverse kinematics and it just doesn't work. And then you waste all that time. That's even harder. I still would love to do the inverse kinematics, but I don't know how. Don't know how I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know. Like, maybe I could do it in 3D and then convert it into 2D somehow, right? But that would be jank, and I don't know if that's going to interface with the 2D side of Godot very nice. So, yeah, I just don't know. Look into it. I used to use them in Unity, so maybe we can apply some of that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're totally welcome to. Like, I would appreciate it. And, you know, never, nobody's ever obligated to do stuff for me. Yeah. Hopefully that's, you know, doesn't need to be said, but just to reiterate, like, you know, don't ever, I'm never expecting people to make things for me. That's not a thing, right? So, but if you want to and you're willing to spend your time out of the kindness of your heart, you're totally welcome to. Right. Yeah, like, I just want to make sure, you know, because I think sometimes people think I might get disappointed or something if they're not helping, and that's not true at all. That's just not, you know, it's not how it goes. So, this is weird. I need to fix those items spawning weird. There's still items in my save that are just kind of locked away. Over in the Aether or whatever. They're like in the dungeon and they get saved because I was in the dungeon when I saved. I need to figure out a better way to not save those items, right? But yeah. Maybe I only save the ones that were dropped directly by a building or by a player, right? Because those are the only ones that matter. All the other items will not matter. They should never never exist or never be saved, right? Because it's like stuff that gets dropped by an enemy in the dungeon or something like that. Then I also have to be careful though. Like, what if there is an item that doesn't get saved? I don't want that to become this whole issue. Okay. I'm gonna do one thing in here. So I know you're saying you want that bool. I'll do it, actually, because it will make it nicer for me to edit. Literally all I'm gonna say is var Zoom limit equals true. Well, actually, right now I'm going to say it's false. They're not zooming has a limit. Just because when I'm like testing this stuff and looking for the boss room in the dungeon where all that is, it's actually kind of nice to have the ability to easily enable or disable that, right? So we're gonna say if that or zoom limit, if not zoom limit. No, I don't know why. Oh. Okay. Okay. Just a whole bunch of things I need to do. Oh, yeah, someone I think was talking in the Discord. They didn't know if you could automatically harvest things from farms. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure someone said that. I don't know where it was. Maybe in general. Where was that? Or maybe it was on Steam? I can't remember. Oh, it was in bugs and suggestions. Oh yeah, also I fixed this issue, so I'm just gonna mark that as resolved. And close it. So yeah, where was that under? Do you know? Oh, Starground General, okay. So this person's like saying, yeah, how to get stone brick. A little indicator for where you can put items into. Oh, suggestions. Right, that's what it was. Now, there's no way to automatically harvest farm plots since it's an experimental edition currently. I have a plan to add a harvester building to enable that functionality soon. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was somewhere. I was just like couldn't remember. Okay. Yo, this art is epic. Dylan's been doing some art for the update. And this is what we got right now. This is epic. So yeah. Guns when this update, because one of the things I think it's in the title, special weapon parts. I want to add in pieces like weapon components that can do ranged attacks and stuff. So yeah, this art is epic. So yeah, I think I'm actually gonna. I don't have much longer on stream, but maybe we'll kind of swap over to that a tiny bit. So yeah, what special weapon components are? They're just components that can do special things. Who would have guessed? Basically, here, let's not blind everybody. Right now, weapons just kind of have a stat. So it's like you have a melee weapon. This will just do 2 damage, right? Or it'll do, you know, add 3 to the cooldown, which is fine. It's great for melee, but sometimes it's a little boring when weapons aren't that dynamic. So I want to add in special components. So ones like this Tesla coil thing that we've been coming up with ideas for. And this will do basically like a lightning zap. So you can like hit another key, probably right click, and it will send out a zap of lightning and go to all the enemies, sort of like an AoE thing. And the whole idea with these special components is that they're mutually exclusive. So if you have one special component in your weapon, you can't have any others. So it's like a one special component per weapon type of thing, right? And that's the way to kind of balance it. So, and it also helps because then the second keybind, right click, probably, it means that it'll only be one thing. I don't have to worry about having multiple components activate at the same time, right? So yeah. Maybe that could be a mod or something to allow multiple special components, but I think for balancing reasons, I'm not gonna add that functionality. So yeah, that's the plan at least. So this won't necessarily have like a damage stat or anything, like it won't do damage. It'll just kind of have its own special damage. So it will do damage, of course, but like this damage won't tie into the base weapon damage, right? So, but yeah. And yeah, I think the plan for this is every weapon, I'm probably going to do a data table, sort of how I have effects. Every weapon will run a script when it's activated. So I'll just have another data table with all the different weapons. So, you know, we have all of our different weapons, and those are just going to be dictionary entries with a script. So I can reference my script somewhere. And it'll run that script whenever the weapon is activated. So I think that's going to be the plan. Just because weapon components, special ones, are very particular. They're not just apply damage with melee. It's going to be very specific, you know. And it's just like how the effects table and the effects are very specific in what they do, right? And so I think this is going to be the best way to do it, I believe. So yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. Yeah, I think I am probably going to have to head out, so I might not get started on that right now, but that's the plan at least. I think it'll be good. You know, it allows, especially for modding too, it's super easy to add in your own custom like modded components. Actually, what this will be, it won't be in a table. It'll be a part of the item table, right? So it'll just be inside of like in items. You could just add in a, you know, on use, and that'll just have a path, right? That's how that'll work. And maybe I could even change that for other things that have a use. Like, as you know, the bombs, right? Those do things when you use them. So we could also have custom scripts for consuming not a weapon component, but like it could be like food, or it could be like some kind of other, you know, special thing that happens, right? So it's a good thing for everything. It's good for special weapon components, but then also for custom things that happen when you use a bomb, for example, or when you eat a specific item. Of course, I make it easy with the effects. You can just say the effect and the length. So you can kind of do it in that sense, because effects do run, but effects are kind of a different thing. That's an entity-specific thing, so. Yeah, on use will be sort of a different script. So I'll work on that for sure. I'm just going to add that in here just so I don't forget. I don't see why I would, but you never know. I'm just going to say hashtag to do add on use script. So yeah, that's the plan. I think that'll go well. And yeah, it'll be fun to be able to do that, because if it's its own script, I can do complicated things. Like I can like activate a raycast check and see if there's enemies nearby and do all sorts of things, right? Because that's what I need. I need custom weapon components to be extremely flexible. So yeah, I'll definitely let you know about the wiki, yeah, because it's nice. It would be cool if we could set that up. It's much easier to look at than the GitHub wiki. Of course, I can format it more, but the nice thing about what you have set up is you can like search for things super easy, and you can, yeah, it's just better. Because how this is, it's kind of not really ideal. Well, did I see MBG created something? Oh, start my repository. Okay. So yeah, I think it would be better to swap over to that instead. It's basically more like a website. Yeah, and contributing is easier because it can just be a .md file. So would that just be straight up in this repository, I'm assuming? Because that would be nice. Yeah, we could just have like a docs folder in the repository, yeah, so that we can contribute to that. So yeah, is that using like GitHub Pages, out of curiosity? Okay. Yeah, I had an inkling that that's what you used. But yeah, I think that'll be a great thing for that. Alrighty. Yeah. Well, I'm probably gonna end off stream. There's an ad starting, so now I have to wait. I wish I skipped it. I need to set up my Twitch overlay thing so that I can automatically skip ads. I don't know if it has that functionality, but if it does, I'm definitely going to do that. Because I would love if it would automatically skip ads when I have 2 snooze credits left or more. So now I must wait. I'm gonna have to go wait for the ad to be over before I say anything. Okay. Ad. Get tired of it. Well, I might as well start looking for somebody to raid. So these are all of the people. Jams is on. Dobbs is also working on Paper RPG game. That game does look pretty cool. I do like the combo of 3D and 2D stuff. Maybe one day I'd work on a game that looks like that, where it's like 2D and 3D, but I don't know. I've got to finish Starground first. Well, Starground's... Ooh, yeah, see, that looks nice. Starground's never really going to be finished. I mean, is any game really fully finished anyways, right? But, yeah, I don't know. Oops. Hit my mic. Okay, yeah, that's finally over. So yeah, I think it is time to end stream. Oh, I'm so out of my framing. But yeah, who do I want to raid? I do not know. I know, the ads on Twitch are stupid long. I hate them so much. I wish I could pay money every month to disable ads on my channel. You know, that would be the best. If I could pay 10 bucks a month. Because then Twitch would be like, okay, well, we're still getting money from this channel, so we'll allow you to turn off ads. You know, I wish I could do that. It's stupid that I would have to pay money to disable ads, but if that's what it takes, right? So, but yeah. Okay. Well, let me see who we rated most recently, right? Dolls we rated 1 time in the last 30 days. And Jams we probably rated a lot. 4 times. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's raid Dobbs, I think. Alright. Looks like he's working on Blender. Modeling furniture. Okay. Well, I am going to go raid Dobbs now. Thank you everybody for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I'll be live again tomorrow. Yeah. Buy Starground on Steam. Yeah. I don't know what else. V9 coming out soon, hopefully. Alrighty. I'm gonna start that raid. Yeah, thank you everybody. And yeah, let me know if there's any modding stuff. Put it on the GitHub. So alright. And yeah, we can go over the wiki stuff soon. I'm probably gonna go eat first and take a minute, but I'll let you know when I'm free. So yeah. Okay. Bye bye everybody.